Good morning. So there's an article that just came out actually. Uh, I think within an hour or two ago. So it's almost the next day. It's almost February 12th, Friday on the East Coast. So it's still February 11th here in the Pacific time zone. So here's something that's big when it comes to Bitcoin news. Look at this. Miami passes resolution to allow paying city workers in Bitcoin in attempt to woo big tech. This was interesting. So we'll scroll down here and talk about this. Let's see. So, City of Miami officials passed a resolution on Thursday evening that could allow employees of the crypto forward city to be paid in Bitcoin. The governing commission voted 4-1 in favor of a resolution for Mayor Francis Suarez, which aims to ultimately allow Miami workers the choice of receiving some or all of their pay in Bitcoin, while residents would also have the option to pay property taxes or city fees in cryptocurrency. So Miami definitely making a huge push for cryptocurrency. So guys, also be sure to go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet, because there's a lot of other stuff we have going on in the world of finance. Now this is just where the mayor is saying is thanks to the commissioners for supporting, all that kind of stuff. So here's what the mayor says. The resolution allows our residents to pay for fees in Bitcoin and would also allow the city manager to cooperate with Miami-Dade County to allow for taxes to be paid in Bitcoin. It also requests the state legislature that the city of Miami supports efforts to make Bitcoin an acceptable currency to potentially invest in the future, he added. This is wonderful. Have a very crypto forward city in the city of Miami. He wants to thank everyone. Okay. Now, this is part of the debate when it comes to the commissioners. So the commissioners debated whether strict state statutes would legally permit the provision allowing the city to invest in Bitcoin. A draft of the resolution directed officials to look into investing a limited amount of government funds in the increasingly popular and stable reserve asset. The mayor, who is seeking re-election this year, has been a frequent promoter of Bitcoin. During a recent interview with Forbes, he admitted that his current cryptocurrency push is in part intended to help attract tech firms to Miami, which, being that Florida is a state that has no state income tax, similar to where I live here in Nevada, similar to Texas, and some of these other states, you have lots of tech companies, particularly leaving California, they're leaving the Silicon Valley area, and they're going to states that have no state income tax. So, Florida, they're in a good position for something like that, and the Miami mayor is definitely doing what he can to take advantage of it. So he says, we're doing that because we're looking at states like Wyoming and making sure that we have the most progressive crypto laws. Suarez says we want to make sure that we believe that all things are equal, we win. So this is a little backstory into Bitcoin, how it's become increasingly popular. The values have skyrocketed in recent months. It does mention too, Tesla announced that it was investing $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, which was huge news recently, and would allow customers to purchase cars using the cryptocurrency. So, you got someone like Elon Musk on your side helping push Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. That's huge. Or Dogecoin, the other one that's been really popular lately. So, Elon Musk is definitely helping with being a driving force in the push for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Mayor Suarez, obviously, looks like he's capitalizing on that as well, or doing what he can. So, he's expressed his confidence in the stability of Bitcoin. Others have warned against relying on it due to a history of extreme volatility. And so something with a long-term volatility of 80% can't be considered a medium of exchange. It's just because everyone piles into an idea and talks it up doesn't mean it's a store of value. Bitcoin for the mainstream public is a very new concept to a lot of people. Some people have been in Bitcoin for, over a decade, and they've been very into it. But for now that it's becoming so mainstream and so much of the majority of people in the country, is getting to that point where the majority of people at least heard of it, or at least maybe a little bit familiar with it, that's newer. we had that happen several years ago, then Bitcoin went down, and now it's definitely come roaring back. And this final part here just talks about Bitcoin hitting an all-time high. Value of Bitcoin has been on a steep upward trajectory recently, so which is part of why people have some uncertainty about it, or they're a little leery about it because of how fast it's just recently gone up. So that makes some people concerned because of how volatile it currently is, seeing how much it's gone up. So they're worried it's going up real fast. They're worried it's going to come down real fast. So this is just talking again about a little bit of backstory on the whole thing. And this is interesting. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about this, whether you live in Florida or not. Talking about the city of Miami. I mean, allowing workers to be paid in Bitcoin if they choose to. This is pretty big. So guys, again, like the video, go ahead, subscribe, and I will see you guys in another one soon.